wrapped up in today's independent music.
Good morning, everyone. In case it's not morning where you're at, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. I'm your host, Anthony Longhair Leclair, and I'm joined by my fabulous co-host, the marvelous Marla Mouse McHardy.
What's up, everybody?
And Jess, I don't actually have to say anything on the mic mirror.
Hi.
But here she goes. Welcome to the single sweep. Today we have something special for you from Chicago/Toronto-based multi-instrumentalist, singer, songwriter, and producer, Deanna Devore.
Ooh.
Yes, her single is called Lately, and it is a neo-soul track that features mellow grooves and the smooth, lo-fi beats cooking up a mouth-watering release oozing with seductive melodies and velvety vocals.
That sounds like a description for a cake that I want to eat.
Yeah, and not a description that I made up. That's just in her EPK that was sent to me. So,
well, I like it. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
And it's making me hungry now.
I like the alliteration at the end. Velvety vocals. And makes me smile a lot.
So are you from Chicago or are you from Toronto? We need to know. I'm confused now.
I'm sure I could just continue reading her bio and it would say somewhere in there, but
probably.
I'm not interested in all that. I'm interested in her music. So,
well, there you go.
So that being said, let's just jump right into it.
Alrighty then.
So, that is Lately by Deanna Devore.
Nice. I like it. I like it a lot. That's freaking awesome.
It's funky.
It's super funky.
It makes me think a bit, so there's a bit of Bruno in there, I feel.
Yeah, I definitely heard that for sure.
But then on top of that, there's a band from Berkeley, I believe, name of which escapes me and it's driving me fucking mental right now. But they're just like a group of stunning musicians who do all sorts of interesting time signatures and key changes and stuff. And there were some moments in there that I was like, it hit certain spots that I was like, ooh, yeah, here we go. Changes I didn't expect anyway.
Yeah, there's a real sweet amount of funk in there. Like, it just makes you really sit there and just, like, head bob. Like, I was head bobbing and, like, moving to the music the whole time. Like, it really had that nice, sweet groove to it. And I love that. I really do.
Mm-hmm. When the vocals first came in, I was kind of like, wait a minute, what? Because I thought that Deanna Devore was a woman, which she is. And it turns out, I can't tell you who the mysterious male vocalist is.
Really?
Yes, because, where does it say here? Somewhere in here. Anyway, point being, as I said, mysterious vocalist. Not allowed... Oh, here we go. Featuring mysterious vocalist who cannot yet be announced. So
there's an air of mystery to this song. See, now I want to know who's singing, because I really like his voice quite a bit.
I mean, this was sent to me... Oh, maybe not. I was going to say, this was sent to me on the 17th of January, so you might be able to find out now, if you bothered your Google machine at all. The
mysterious mystery vocal man.
Mm-hmm. It's got a nice...
You and your velvety voice.
The velvety vocals. Did you have any thoughts you wish to add? You don't have to. I can also cut my questioning of you to say anything.
At one point, like at the very beginning, it reminded me of that song, Pony.
Oh, yeah!
It just had that, like,
yeah.
that little feel to it.
Absolutely. The make me wanna ride my pony. I know exactly what song you're talking about.
I do
totally,
not. But good.
Totally, it does. Has that, like, real, like funky beat. It's, like, the same kind of groove line to it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I don't know why, but, like, listening to that song made me want to, like, be, like, somewhere, like, hot and, like, it made me want to, like, drive down the street in a convertible in Miami or something like that and have that just blasting from, like, my speakers.
I think there's a Will Smith song for that.
Yeah, I'm sure there is.
Only because it's called Welcome to Miami.
Yeah, I know. But it's like either that or like you're like, you know, driving in Venice Beach in LA or something like that and just like blaring it from your convertible. I don't know, it's not something that like I typically want to do, but like for whatever reason listening to that song made me think of that. It just like gave me that visual. I don't know why, but it just is. It's one of those songs you want when you're listening to it in the car, you want to like turn it up so loud that like it makes the doors buzz on your car.
And you
like,
wish you were driving a car that wasn't the one you were driving?
Yeah, I mean, it's not as cool when it, like, you talk about blaring it in your fucking Subaru Forester, but, you know, like, still.
Yeah, I mean, it does have that air of luxury to it, that in a way, like, so like 24 Karat Magic does. Right?
Yeah, like Versace that kind on the floor.
Yeah, that whole, I was referring to the album, not, in its entirety, because it's all that kind of thing, right? It's just like, yeah, here I am wearing my silk shirts, and, you know, I don't even give a shit that many thousands of dollars worth of dress is on the floor now because I got you, baby, right? In like this penthouse or whatever. So like it does kind of reek of that luxury, which is kind of cool. I imagine that's not the level at which this person is actually writing these songs, but it's cool that she's able to achieve that. But there's a healthy mix of interesting instrumentation in spite of just like this would work in a club where like a low key, like sort of loungy club, right? Where
Yeah,
you'd
like
still
you're
get
sitting-
sweaty and grind on each other, but like not in a techno-y house rave bullshit kind of way. Like
It's like
it's way more low key and sexual
yeah,
kind of way. You
it's
know,
like
that kind of thing.
if anybody has watched Lucifer, it's like a song that would play in Lux.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
but only later in the night before he started playing piano.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's yeah. I mean, it's not the kind of music I typically go to my way to listen to, but it's music that I would certainly put on if I was doing a playlist for someone's, like, for a wedding or, you know, dance party or whatever else. I would throw something like this on for sure.
Yeah, I'd definitely put this on my driving tunes. Like, this is an absolute driving song for me. Just like cruising down and just like, yeah, just like one-handing the steering wheel, like, like acting like I'm way cooler than I actually am because I know I look like a total loser blaring that song in my Subaru. But you know, like, makes me feel cool at least. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, and again, it's so. I mean, kudos to the ability of the song to be able to make you feel that way, right?
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Whether or not that was even the intent of the musician in the first place, the fact that you feel like a sense of elevation in status simply by listening to a song, I think kind of speaks volumes for the construction of the song itself, right?
Yeah.
I don't personally feel that way listening to this, but like that's also because I've like long since died inside, so like, it's hard for me to get that vibe, and I mean, well, there it is, but but I understand that elevation and the and considering how very non-invasive the song is, it's cool that it can still get that from you.
Yeah, it has elicited a feeling in me, therefore I feel like the music has done its job.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very much so.
And a feeling that you are more than you feel you are, typically.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
So what kind of better feeling do you really want out of a song? Because like,
I mean, yeah.
when I listen to songs and I feel things, it's because like I need to get some sort of emotional vibe from something so I can feel emotion. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, now I can like almost cry. This is great in like such a depressing way. Whereas like, so that's how like I push to try and get a fix out of songs, right? Or it's like I need to go rage cycle somewhere. I'm going to listen to this metal song, right? So
yeah, but you've said Huey Lewis is feel good music for you.
Yeah, but that's more nostalgia, I think, than it is anything else. Like Huey Lewis and a lot of David Bowie. There's some David Bowie that makes me like want to weep like a little baby, but
everything from Black Star, yeah, same.
yes, that and his Johnny Mathis cover of "Wild Is the Wind."
Yep, so, that too.
But yeah, Huey Lewis and like that kind of '80s stuff is it's just fun. Like that, it doesn't elicit some sort of like. I don't feel above my status, or I don't feel other than I am. I just feel like I can put this on while I'm having fun.
Yeah.
This, I feel I could also do that with, but in a different way. Like I'd have to be in a certain setting for this.
Yeah, like put it on at like a barbecue or something like that.
Ooh, I don't know if that's where I'd put it. I'd play it at a wedding if I was DJing a wedding, because that would be like just the thing to lead into something a bit more upbeat than that. That would just like get people going on the dance floor. And like, so the people who aren't fully comfortable getting up on the floor are like, well, this is slow enough, and then you ease into the next bit, which is, you know, and then they're already there. Mm-hmm. So I would do that in terms of, you know, piecing one song after another in a list like that.
And then everyone gets drunk and you play Sweet Caroline.
I don't.
You wouldn't, but... or Don't Stop Believing.
Again.
The song that just gets, like, every single white person in the room just yelling as loud as they can.
Or, Do You Remember? And that's all anyone remembers.
The September by Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah, but all anyone remembers is, do you remember
the 29th of
September? And that's it.
I know all the lyrics, but that's just because I...
Yes, but I said most people. Or I did say all people, I'm sure. But yeah, see, there you go.
Guilty.
Yeah, Earth, Wind, and Fire. You know what I'm talking about. I fucking love Earth, Wind, and Fire. And Casey and the Sunshine Band. I unabashedly, like, kind of have a weird inner love for, like, disco music sometimes. Like, it's not always every day, but, like, I will get in a mood where I'm like, you know what? I need to sit down and listen to, like, Casey and the Sunshine Band, or Earth, Wind, and Fire, or, like, ABBA, or the Bee Gees, or something. Like, I don't know. Sometimes I just am in the mood for disco. Like, it happens on occasion, but, yeah.
Very strange occasions. I'm going to tie this back in because you mentioned disco, which makes me think of the 70s, which makes me think of funk, which in turn makes me think of this song. So, just,
that was a wonderful extended segue.
Thank you. So Deanna Devore, and her latest single, Lately, sung by a mysterious singer whose name shall not be mentioned here. Mm-hmm. I would love to pretend that I'm just, like, teasing everyone because I know the name, but I actually don't.
Who are you? I really want to know.
And then we get copyright infringement for...
As if we don't do enough cover songs on this podcast anyways.
I know.
On a daily basis, literally.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's your single sweep for today.
Yeah.
By the way, we've given up the ghost of doing single sweep Saturdays and swept up Sundays. We're just going to have one out for you each week at least. So this isn't your single sweep for this Saturday. This is just your single sweep. We just happen to be recording it. We just happen to be recording it on a Saturday. It's on a Sunday. It's not even Saturday. I don't know my days anymore. I'm so lost. I was just lost in that music, you know. In those fat bass lines and
those fat beats.
Yeah, with
the PH fat.
There are some really cool changes that I didn't expect, and I was really happy that when he was going up with the O's there at that one spot. Yeah, mystery vocalist. You did a fantastic job, but I was just like, oh, I hope he skips like a tone and then just goes up, and like, so he did like 3, and I was like, now you just go up, and then he just went way up. I was like, yes. And
he went full falsetto, and we're like, yeah.
I was very happy about that.
Yeah.
It was very gratifying. There it is. That's why. Now I know why you feel the way you do. That elevation is because it's a very gratifying song. It does things in certain spots that you may not expect, so you could be like, ooh. And then it does things that you're really hoping it does, and you're like, ah.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah. So I feel like that's part of the elation that the song gives you because it pays off in ways that you expect it to after it's done doing something you didn't expect it to. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's my conclusion.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. I really try to do that as often as I can. Yeah. Anyway, that's our single sweep. Thank you very much. Thank you, Deanna Devore, for Lately. And hope
thank you, Jess, for being on the podcast.
Oh, you're so welcome.
We have our own celebrity in here.
Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm. Wait till her music comes out. It's great. Different vibe than today's single sweep, but hopefully we'll have her latest single out on the podcast sometime this year.
Yeah.
I think that's a healthy goal. We're getting nods.
She's like nodding in the corner, like, fuck you, Tony.
Like that nod that's like, yeah. Go fuck yourself. Yeah. Cool.
Keep dreaming.
All right. I will. Mainly because I have no say in the matter. Because I don't control what I do after I go to sleep. Let the courts be aware. And so that's all for today. Thank you again, Marla McHardy, my wonderful co-host.
Oh, you're very welcome.
And Jess, hey, I actually spoke on the fucking mic, so go fuck yourself, Mir. And I am your host, Anthony Longhair Leclair.
Yes, you are.
Swept Media. Get swept up in today's independent music.
voiced by Walter Cronkite. Just like, who the fuck is that? Really?
I don't know who that is.
Do you know who that is?
Walter Cronkite? Yeah, I do, but I can't. I know the name, but I can't remember who he is.
That's so sad. He was like forever old. He died like maybe 6 years ago, maybe. But he was like the voice of news for the longest time.
Okay, yeah,
So he's like,
yeah.
And now
okay.
here's man landing on the moon.
Yes.
You know?
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
And the words from Neil Armstrong, that's one small step. He had like sort of a, the fuck's the Kirk? What's his name? Shatner.
Oh, William Shatner. Yeah.
He has like a William Shatner cadence almost, but it's much lower and more intelligible. And that's the evening news, you know, as opposed to talking like this, like Shatner does.
You have to move your head every time.
You do, really. See, because with Walter Cronkite, you just move it up and down. And then that was the news. But with William Shatner, you have to be all over the place. Because he's getting ready to karate chop you, you know? Anyway, we're long since done this. I'm just leaving this recorded. We have bloopers,
great.
and that's fun.
You know who has a really great radio voice? Is the guy who does all the stuff.
Anthony Leclair.
Well, yeah, that too. But no, also the guy who does all the stuff for the CBC, Zetar Sirs. Man, that guy's voice is great. Like, you know, when it's like CBC every hour where they do the hourly news when you're listening to radio.
Every hour?
Yeah. Okay, you know what I'm talking about. I'm just losing my words right now because I'm trying to think and speak at the same time, and that doesn't work for me sometimes.
Isn't that how you're supposed to do it? You think what you want to speak, and then...
Yeah, but sometimes my brain gets ahead of my mouth, and then I, like, lose what I'm going to say.
And then you
skip a
speak the words trippingly on the tongue. I pray you.
Yeah. Okay.
It's Shakespeare, just in case you just thought I'd say.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, so he's got a great voice.
Him and Peter Mansbridge.
Tonight on the National.
Peter Mansbridge.
Peter Mansbridge.
Peter Mansbridge.
Who's it? Fuck, who else is it? Oh, yeah, the movie dude. Who's actually been replaced in the most recent movie dude. I mean, the guy who's like this.
This Friday.
This Friday. In theaters Friday.
Coming this summer.
Baloney Man.
Baloney.
Yeah. Anyway, I think we have enough for bloopers in there.